This is the cheapest Raptor you can buy today. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller Super Ford. Be sure to ask for Diego, it may be available. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see how much it costs and all the features on it. So here are the colors and powertrain at the top. Short listing for your standard equipment, be sure to pause it. And here are all the options. So it has a 410 locker out back. And this truck does have the twin panel sunroof and tough bed. Nice options to have. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $82,065. For the money, I think that the Raptor is the most hardcore truck you can buy right out of the gate. The wide body stance, especially up front, is really menacing. I like how they designed that fender. With the 2024s, you get that refreshed face with the new headlights, and they are projector high and low beam LEDs. Rigid lights down below. You can see some of those parking sensors, steel bumper, you can see some of the aluminum parking sensors. Comes pretty loaded, and if you go off on the trails and the camera gets dirty, you can spray it off. Here's a better look at those skid plates down below, recovery hooks, and you guys can see those live valve Fox shocks for 2024. Single valves, aluminum control arms and steel ones at the very top. On the center of that grille, you have some clearance lights at the top there, and on the side of the fender flares. And then here's your hood. Another vent on the side. Mirrors are painted, door handles too. No chrome on this spec, which you don't see on Raptors anyways. Short bed, and this one does have those high clearance steps. You guys can see too your cameras on the mirrors and puddle lights. And in case you want to see under, some decent protection under there. Looks like that fuel tank is also protected. You can see your arms for your suspension, 5-link. And then here are your tires. These are the 17-inch wheels, Biff Goodrich KO2s. And this is going to be a 315 LT 7017. So that's basically 34.8 inches tall, 12.4 inches wide. So it's about the same width as the 37s. You see some more of that Fox shock out back. And you have those coils right there. Full-size spare tire with matching wheel. Dual exhaust out back. I've always liked the stance of these trucks in the rear. And again, you can see more of that wide body on the fenders. Nice design for that lower bumper. You can see the recovery hooks, class 4 receiving hitch. And you have a light that shines below for your conventional hitch with a backup camera. And this tailgate is going to be power. You do have 2,000 watts of power in the bed, which is 2.0 kilowatts. Bed lights, tough bed is already there, and this is a little bit of storage on the side. And you do have the step. Now let's go ahead and pop the hood and discuss this high output EcoBoost. I did kind of brush over the tail lights. Those are refreshed for 2024, but here is the 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6 high output. It's going to have 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. It still has the port and direct injection, 10-speed transmission, and as you guys heard, 410 rear. I like this engine, and I don't think a lot of people care about the premium that you have to burn in this thing, because if you can spend nearly $100,000 on a truck, that's not a big deal. But it does sound good. Let's take a quick listen. Inside the Raptor, you do have a very sporty appearance. You have this reddish orange stitching, and pretty much all the way around the interior you see that color. And down below, your Ford Performance badge. Soft touch up top here. And here's your trim pieces for the interior. You have your seat memories. They come pretty loaded. You have power folding mirrors. I didn't show you, but this truck does have blind spot monitoring. You have your grab handle to get in. And here's some of your lighting controls on the side. These seats have decent bowstring. I did a video on a Raptor 37 that has a little bit better bowstring because it has a Recaro seats. This one does still have the lumbar support, power steering column, and stepping in with these high clearance steps isn't too bad. Big paddle shifters, you guys can see right there. And then let's go ahead and start it up. Push button start. And you have all your controls like your steering, your suspension, and your exhaust. So you can make the exhaust a little bit louder or quieter. And this screen here, there's a lot of nice features. I'll show you guys really quickly. My favorite is the Raptor information. Check out the things they give you. So they have this Raptor status, so you can kind of adjust certain things, like for like the exhaust, the suspension as you just saw, and it'll show you in here. Also off-road status, pitch and roll, some of your gauges, it's transmission and oil PSI. And then you have this one here, nice readout of information. And then check out the overall fit and finish on the interior too, really nice. Obviously at this price point, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, dual climate control. You have your wireless charger, USBs. This does drop down to give you a workstation. And the cover that slides, you can see some more of that design for the covers there. Same one on this side. At the very top, you have auto stop start. This truck's gonna have your 360 camera view, traction control. Now if you hold that button down, you guys will see advanced track can be turned on. If you push this button here, this is probably like a trail assist. So yeah, trail control, so you can enable that. You have the trail one pedal drive. You can use that in 4 high or 4 low. Speaking of your drives, you have 4 low, 4 high, and then 4 automatic. Your locker is right here, so you can turn that on if you like. And you have multiple drive modes. So you have slippery, tow haul, sport, normal, off-road, Baja, and rock crawl. So a lot of nice features there. Heads up display, nothing new, but there it is right there. Hopefully you guys can see the information right there. Shows you the outside temperature, time, and the miles per hour. 12-inch screen, and this is also a 12-inch screen. Steering wheel has nice designs to it, more of that stitching. And these seats are pretty comfortable. I think Ford has some of the softest seats. Trailer brake, you have some of your power outlets here. You have 400 watts of power inside the truck, by the way. A little bit of storage on that side. Now on the roof, check this out. Love where they put your auxiliary switches, and you have a place for your sunglasses, LED lighting, and if you want to park it in the garage, you have HomeLink. This one does have the optional twin panel sunroof and tilt headrest, by the way. I didn't mention that. A little bit of storage inside of this area with 2 USBs, type A, or I'm sorry, not type A's, they're type C's. Yeah, both type C's there. And you have a type A and C in here. Now here's a better look on the passenger side. Really nice seats. Out back, 60/40 bench, seat back pockets. You have tons of power outlets, 12 volt, 120 volt, and then 2 type C USBs down there. Outboard heated seats, cup holders, 60/40 bench, more of that suede too back in the rear. And that collapsible storage is right there, nothing new. And I mentioned this in the last video, you have this stitching on this, and I'm glad that they did that. It adds a nice little accent to the rear interior. Let's go ahead and check out the Payload. As far as your numbers go, gross axle rating in the front is going to be 3,800 pounds, the rear is 3,850, and 7,350 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Here's your code and your wheel sizes, 17 by 8.5. And payload is 1,324 pounds. So not too bad for this truck. Hope you guys liked the video. My camera is literally about to die, hence why you probably noticed I was kind of rushing here. But I do have a review coming comparing this to the 37, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.